What's up, heavy duty crew? It is, I don't know what day it is. It's Thursday. I know I got 2 days and 4 weeks to show up and redeem myself and win my title. So yeah, today we're gonna be training arms and back. Very important workout. I gotta get the most out of these. I gotta be as technical and precise as possible. And I still have time to make progress. So we're gonna do what's required to ensure that we make it. Dieting has been tough. I've been pushing it really hard. My condition is changing by the day. My physique is changing by the day. We're well on our way to our most balanced, most complete, and frankly, the biggest look yet. Very excited about my proportions, very excited about my shape, the improvements I've made, the improvements that you guys have been on the journey toward. You know, you've been watching this whole thing happen, the methodology, the approach to it, and you're gonna get to see it manifest in a big way. I'm very excited about it. A little later, we'll talk about the dark side of this whole situation, because I wanna be completely transparent on everything that's going on. Obviously, we all know I'm not natural, but I want to be transparent and let you guys know that, you know, to look like I do, there's things I do, right? We've talked about other things on the show and here on the Path of Primarch series, and I'll get into it later. Yeah, so last couple days have been crazy. I just shit my pants coming into the gym. Don't worry, I didn't get into my shorts, but yeah, I had to get rid of the underwear and clean myself up. I've been having kind of oily stool, having my food so low, my carbohydrates so low, my metabolism so fast, my food digesting so quickly, everything just going. I think part of it too could be like maybe the health supplements helping remove any excess liver bile or whatever the case may be, but I'm just having a little bit of oil. It's kind of strange. My bowel movements are normal, but yeah, just weird shit that happens. Something I've never dealt with before. I think I'm gonna have to remove fish oil tablets from my diet now, but we'll see. So yeah, hopefully I can make it through this workout without shitting my pants. Now you know what's been going on with me. But boy, that looks crisp, don't it? All right, let's train some arms and back, baby. All right, folks, so starting off with my favorite, to be honest. I feel like this thing has improved my arms. There's no other way to put it. Ever since I've been using this thing and progressing on it, I've noticed the difference. I noticed the difference in my posing. I noticed the difference in the shape. My arms are just bigger. I want to give a lot of credit here. So this is where I'm going to start. I did a little warm-up set off camera. This will be my second warm-up set. But while I wait to hit it, I'll tell you guys about my strategy moving forward in this prep. So one of the things we found out the last time I competed was that I use insulin when I train. Okay, so what we do is we have harder days of dieting, and then my training days are my refeeds. And then because I train so infrequently, this is a really good strategy. It works really well. What I do is I stimulate, I rapidly refill my glycogen stores, and then I rely on low impact cardio activity to burn body fat while maintaining the fullness of my muscle. I don't want to keep depleting my muscle and stay flat all the time, because that would promote muscle wasting. Granted, I've got the anabolics and stuff in play. So we're preventing muscle wasting, but we're actually doing everything that's required to continue to grow and improve. Even when all the contest prep drugs are in play, it makes it that much better of an environment to grow. So the whole thing of people saying, well, you're not doing a prep to grow muscle, you can't grow muscle in a dieting phase. Well, I do extreme dieting phases, to get sub 10% body fat, sub 7%, sub 6%, getting lean enough to win shows, and I make improvements the entire time. And we're gonna see it happen today, because I'm gonna go up to 75 pounds and I'm gonna hit it for 8 to 10 reps. And that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's the strategy. My carbohydrates are very low. I'm having about 500 grams of rice and 100 grams of oatmeal a day. which is very low compared to what I was having before, which was 1,100 grams of rice and 150 grams of oats a day, plus extra carbs and sodas and other shit, you know, just to get calories in. And then of course I'm refeeding on these training days where I have an extra 400 grams of carbs around my training or more. I say probably about 6 because I have 100. Yeah, whatever, it's a bunch. And it's working beautifully. I've never leaned up this fast. My progress over the last 2 weeks has been dramatic. My body's changing by the day. And I noticed that even after the training days, it's not like it's a relief. Even though I get all this extra carbohydrates on my training days, it's immediately put to work. And it's like my body's expecting more, but it doesn't get it. And I just get even leaner faster. It's like it speeds up my metabolism even more, keeps everything rolling really hard, so. All right, see you on the top set, guys. All right, showtime. I took off the 3XT because, frankly, I don't want it to get all sweaty. I want something dry to ride home in. Bad enough I don't have underwear anymore, but you know, I gotta do this. So, yeah. Oh. 75 pounds. Oh. Oh. And that's a PR, gentlemen. That was 10 and 1, 5 pounds more than the last time. As you know, I've been using this movement for a while, so there you go, there you have it. Adaptation occurred during a diet with an hour and a half to an hour and 50 minutes of cardio every day with a third of my carbohydrate intake. This is the best system. This is the best training system ever devised for hypertrophy. And I can't sit here and say that I'm a pioneer of it, but I've definitely condensed it into a very palatable, very easy to understand application that it works universally because it is relying upon a set of heuristics that is self-regulating. And that's what we're going to be taking to the stage. All right, let's see this other side. Ooh, ah, ooh, I can't see my pump in the mirror right now, but I'm guessing it looks pretty good. On to the next one, gentlemen. All right, no warm up. Biceps are hot. I was just waiting on them to cool off. This is the Nautilus Gen 2 curl, and it is absolutely nasty. This has the most hard peak contraction I've ever felt on a machine. I'm not gonna get a lot of reps on this. I mean, I'm gonna go for 4 to 8, obviously, but we went up in weight from the last time. I'm not sure how my wife can spot me unless she comes behind me and reaches her arms around me, but she can't reach around my back, so. And these are both independent, so I don't know.
Okay, so do you need me? I need
No, I'll just go without it. I don't know how you'd be able to do it. The counterweights aren't long enough to push on, and you have to reach around me, like I said, pull both at the same time, so
yeah,
I don't see that happening. All right, well.
sorry.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's that. So back to a movement that I really like, that was really fun, is this rope. I'm sorry, it's not a rope, it's a ball. Hammer curl. I really like it. I'm gonna train the back. We want the outside of the arm to be big and full. That way in poses like that, most muscular, those forearms pop. You get all that separation here, and it just makes for a much meaner, denser, bigger look. Because unless you're posing, you know, this is the part of the arm you're gonna see. So I definitely like to train it. Even though my biceps aren't ideally shaped for the front double pose and other poses that really show the biceps, if I can look like I have strong arms in all the other poses, well, guess what? The rest of my body is a strong suit, and I'm certain to win the poses. Without a doubt, baby. Your boy's built well. Built. All right, so I went down on the weight a little bit. We're gonna go to 12 kilos. I felt like I was going a little too heavy in the past, not getting enough reps. I'm gonna reset it here. But all that matters is the hip failure. You know, I hit failure last time. I'm gonna hit failure this time. Ooh, that was tough. Ooh, that was tough.
You wanna go home?
Oh, that hurted.
Be quiet.
I'm not gonna hit him on this arm. I don't think I'll get as many. One more assisted rep. What do you want, woman? You keep staring at me. Can't you see? I'm trying to redeem myself. All right, pretty simple stuff here. We got a tricep push down. I really like this attachment. I don't have to hold anything. Just slip my hands in there and press. I did a light warm-up set, but I think I'm ready to go. Elbows back. Now I'm in a static stretch. Just gonna come forward and just let my triceps be stretched. Nope, down here, that's where it is. Oh. All it takes is one if you do it right. All right, pushing it close, about 3 minutes since that last top set. I remember last time I did this, I think I did 200 pounds, which was something I'd never done before for like 12 or 13. So I'm gonna move up to 210 and see how many I can get. No warm-up set. That last top set was brutal. Just hitting a different direction with the tricep. Maybe not that it's completely necessary to do. I mean, the triceps function is to extend the arm. Doesn't really matter if it's overhead or not, but I like to hit 2 directions, and that's what I'm gonna do. Rather than doing 2 sets of the same thing, I'll do something a little different. This machine is kind of a tricky boy to get into. Oh man, I got no music. Okay, let's put on some music. Great, I lost my grip. That's annoying as fuck. You know, we should make the foot extension way longer. Oh. 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 Holy smokes. A lot of strange feelings going on in the arms, you know, in the middle of that set. Hitting the biceps so hard first. You know, you could feel it working against your biceps, which is the counter balance, you know, to your triceps. They work in unison. Same thing with your hamstrings, quads. I I can feel it hitting my biceps as well, you know, trying to control that movement. Very strange sensation. Nerve-wracking even, you know, you're worried, am I gonna blow a bicep out doing that? Not quite. Well, let's train some back. All right, here we have a really nasty movement. I've been starting off here because it's, remember, our principle of prioritization. I want to prioritize the center of my back, my lower traps. I really need that area to come out, to be more pronounced in my back poses. I have the width, I have the thickness. If I can create detail and more lines in my back by having the emphasis on those traps and separating the traps from the lats and the teres minor and major, it'll be a sight to behold. So last time I did a 275 for 6 to 8. I'm gonna go ahead and move up to 285. I call it 285 as 2 plates, a 25, a 295, whatever. I always think about it as a barbell, just to keep the memory in my head. Who cares how much fucking weight is on there, right? It just matters if I do more every time I go in. Progressive overload. I've done this movement before as a Kelso shrug, where I just retract the scapula. But to be honest, I'm just gonna row, and if I fail here, then I can always retract the scapula more to get that stimulus. So in my warm-up set, it felt absolutely amazing. So I'm just gonna go right to work on this. It's fucking heavy. I like to grab it lowest on the heels. I feel like that feels best for me. Stretch. Pulse the mic. El terrible, as the Spanish say. Okay, so that was absolutely brutal. That was a slam fest for the middle back. Definitely taxed me. I sweated a bunch. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move to an iso-lateral. I'm gonna do one side at a time. This is gonna be I'm gonna be trying to work on my teres minor and major and sort of the mid back. Not the lower traps, not the lower lats, but generally, lats in general, and I'm going for the teres minor and major. My boy Humberto had a video on lat training, and he was explaining how, going past the torso is working your teres minor and major. Well, that's exactly what I want to do here, so I'm going to go unilaterally. I'm going to load this in the mid-range. For me, just because I want to. I want to load it in the mid-range. I've done a lot of training with it loaded at the end range. I've done training with it loaded in the stretch. I want the peak of the load to be at the peak of the pull and the contraction. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, like I said before, I'm going to be focusing on trying to get my elbow past my torso so that I can work that teres minor and major. That's what makes the eyes of that cobra on that back. And that's what gives the back its width and gives it its detail, gives it its absolutely monstrous look. Well, good backs anyway. Bad backs don't have all that. And I want a good back. So. And in the principle of prioritization, I'm going to focus on my bad side first, which will be my left side. I don't feel my left side as much. I don't have the mind-muscle connection with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and tire it out first and make sure this camera's straight. I think that's a little better. There's something with this mic, man, keep smashing it.
Alright.
Oh. So I want a little bit more stretch. Just my chest pad. Yeah, I feel that right where I want to. I mean, all around that rotator cuff area, underneath the rear delt, on top of the lat, all that area is fried. Exactly what I wanted, where I wanted it. Didn't have to use a crazy weight, you know, sort of pre-exhausted from that heavy set of low-lows. And put the timing and the emphasis on it. Got a good stretch. Force the deep contraction. Oh, yeah. Easy as pie. Easy as baking pie. I'm gonna go bake the pie, I don't think. Oh, same thing on that side. Oh, absolutely smoked. Oh. Now we'll go do a vertical pull, and I think we're finished. All right, so normally we do this movement first, but we're not today, because he's tired now. Wait, it doesn't need to. I have big muscles. So yeah, we did our middle back, traps, we worked our tears, minor, major, some lats. Now we're going to totally isolate the lats. So Yeah. Vertical pull, stopping at the torso, elbow at torso, keeping the elbow tucked. Let's go. I won't need a lot of weight. I'm gonna prioritize. I'm gonna do the left side first. And maybe a little posing if I feel like it. Can't exactly drop my pants. Yeah, let's finish it up. Oh. Can you come roll my muscles while I do this so I can feel it better?
So you can feel better?
Yeah, so I can feel it better.
Such a focus like that. Oh shit. Good on quads. No more quads for me.
Oh, I couldn't even hold it. Stop it from coming up. Oh, where do I feel that? Right in here, baby. Right in the lower part of that lat on the way up. However we want it. Big stretch. Big stretch at the top. Hold it through the whole thing. Constant tension on the way up. It's a recipe for success.
Hit my hip bone.
It is such an awkward feeling to pose when everything is pumped and full of blood, fatigued. It is the strangest feeling. It's nothing like just posing. Did not feel good. The arms getting pumped, fatigued, and then flattening back out. The pose just feels so terribly awkward. Everything feels awkward. Even my legs don't want to flex. Where am I at here? I'm too tired. I can't think. Oh man, I need to rest before I hit that. Ooh. Right after training, holy shit. What's my heart rate say on the Fitbit? It's only 100. I'm a bitch. Woo! I am after training back. Come on, legs. Fuck. There we go. Cross striation showing up in the chest. That's what we want. Cross striation showing up in the quads. Yes. Dense. Thick, tight, chest tear. I was gonna wait to try to catch my breath so I could talk to you guys, but I don't think I can wait that long. I'm smoked. All right, so yeah, that was a great back and arm session today. Really liked seeing a lot of the changes that have happened in my body since the last time I trained. Got a good look at it. It's awkward. Do I stare at myself or do I stare at the lens of the camera? Yeah, that looks strange. I'll try to stare at the lens so I can make a eye-to-eye connection with you guys. So, I said I would talk about the ugly. I don't know, maybe this will help. So I said I would talk about the ugly. And I guess it's time to open up about that. So, in competitive bodybuilding, drugs are used, okay? And let's just talk about what I'm doing right now in preparation for competition. Well, a little bit of everything to be quite honest. The stakes are high. I'm trying to acquire more overall titles. I'm trying to build renown for my name so we can spread this training system. And frankly, I'm not going to accept any handicaps. I'm going to compete on a level playing field. In the IFBB and the NPC, there are no drug testing. There are no rules. There are no banned substances. It is an anything goes environment. Now, I do it within confines. You know, there are limits to what I am willing to do, you know, as far as, you know, for my health and longevity. I realize that with everything that you do, there is a risk, and I am not going to escape completely unscathed. I mean, as of now, I am married to testosterone for the rest of my life. I'll probably never come off of it. And frankly, that's okay by me. That's not a bother. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Number one, pharmaceutical grade human growth hormone. I've been using 4 units in the morning fasted when I wake up before a cardio session. And for the last couple of weeks, I've been taking another 4 units at night with a low blood sugar a few hours after a meal before I do my second cardio session. This is to assist in lipolysis. The growth hormone is also going to increase my IGF-1 levels. It's going to help me preserve as much muscle tissue as possible, help me burn more fat, promote well-being, sleep, skin health. I notice that my skin is beautiful. It's a lot thicker. Even when I do my injections, the wife has noticed, and I have noticed that my skin is thicker. It's tougher. It's more elastic. You know, it's younger, it's fresher. So that's kind of cool. But prolonged use of human growth hormone will result in organ enlargement. It's something I'm aware of. I don't run it year round, but this is my first time using pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and 8 units a day is a lot, but I'm going to taper it down starting tonight, or actually this morning I did, but growth hormone will cause you to hold water, and frankly I need to start drying out as the competition gets closer. I don't look as dry as I have in the past at this point, and it's the growth hormone. Second would be yohimbine. That's another fat burner I'm using. I'm taking 5 milligrams of that twice a day around my cardio sessions as well. The yohimbine also makes you hold a little bit of water. Not a problem. I can see the lines showing up. I can see the veins coming out, and I can see the striations. So we're good there. Okay, so that's number 1, growth hormone. Number 2 is I'm taking 20 milligrams of clenbuterol before my cardio session. That is to increase endurance. That is to make breathing easier. That is to make cardio easier so I can push harder and have longer endurance while I'm doing it. Also assists in fat burning. Duh, that's what I just explained. So growth hormone, 8 units a day total, tapering down to 6 clenbuterol, 20 micrograms a day, and then I take another 20 6 hours later. I started that earlier this week. I'll be tapering off after this week because, you know, I only run it for 2 weeks at a time. Let's see. Next is the injectables. So let's talk about the injectable drugs. Testosterone is about 100 milligrams, 90 milligrams a day. So if you wanted to add that up, you guys can multiply everything I say by 7. Because what I do is daily injections. Daily injections allow me to have peak blood serum concentrations of the anabolics that I'm using, which promotes you get the least amount of side effects this way. You get the best amount of positive effects this way. You have the most stable blood levels. That's the ideal situation to be in. Yeah, you're going to be a pincushion, you know, because you're doing daily injections, but for the best result and for the least bad outcomes, that's what you want to do. So we're talking about 90 to 100 milligrams testosterone a day. It's 0.3 milliliters. Next, we've got Primarch at 100 milligrams a day. This is going to be my primary anabolic. The reason I'm running a little bit higher test than in the past is having estrogen present in the body absolutely helps you burn fat. If you nuke your estrogen too low too soon in a contest prep, your body will not burn fat as efficiently. Estrogen is super important for building muscle, super important for building fat, super important for nervous system and heart protection. All right, yeah, part 2. Sorry, I had a phone call and I was worried that it would not let the video save. So what I was saying about estrogen being present in the body, you know, has all of these benefits, very important to have it present. You don't want to kill your estrogen. So seeing how I'm in a time crunch on this prep and I'm pushing really hard, really fast, I'm going to use a little bit more testosterone so I can have a little bit more of that conversion so that I can make sure those bases are covered. When I said Primarch being my primary anabolic, simply that. It's my primary anabolic. Offsets that androgen-estrogen ratio. So I haven't had to take an aromatase inhibitor yet. Sweet. That's great. Masteron is at 70 milligrams a day. I bumped that up from last week at 50 milligrams a day, so I'm at 70. Do the math on that. It's about 500 Masteron a week. Masteron is going to be my, you know, it's androgen. It's going to help me feel better through the day, give me more drive, give me more aggression when I need the aggression. It's a hardening agent. It's a physique enhancing agent. In a couple weeks, we'll really see the effects of that Masteron taking place on my physique. I can already see it. Well, I mean, part of it is just getting leaner too, but I definitely notice my physique changing by the day. I am hardening up. You can't see it in this light, but the veins are starting up everywhere. You know, on my back, I've got veins in my ass again. So things are happening quick. And the dirtiest dog of them all, Trenbolone, is in at 50 milligrams a day. Trenbolone is the ultimate nutrient partitioning agent. Yeah. On little food, on little carbohydrates, in a high stress environment, Trenbolone is going to kind of absolve some of those cortisol effects. It is going to help partition nutrients way better. It's a super strong androgen. So power output in the gym, performance, hardening, physique enhancement, it's all there. I mean, it's a go-to and it's used for a reason, guys. But notice, we're not taking Trenbolone in the middle of the year, eating whatever the fuck we want just so we can say we want to get bigger. No. We're using it in the context of a preparation for a show scenario for limited exposure. So right now I'm at 30 days out, okay? So yeah, this is a lot of drugs in, but this is 4 weeks of exposure time. It is what it is. You know, use the stuff, get out of it what you can and what you need to get out of it, but you know, minimize that exposure time, take all your health supplements with it. Obviously I'm eating well, obviously I'm doing a lot of cardio. Is what it is. All right, let's get even dirtier. Here comes more drugs. All the drugs, the orals. All right, so we've got Anavar in at 25 milligrams split twice a day. Your orals are gonna have a short half-life, so you wanna split that dose up. Again, we're talking about maintaining peak serum levels. That's what I'm doing. So the Anavar, its primary function to me is to help nitrogen retention. So keep those muscles full, even on lower carbohydrates. Give those muscles more of a pop, even on lower carbohydrates. Again, another type of androgen. More androgens, the better, baby. Frankly, in a contest prep scenario. What do you want to look like? You want to look like a man. You want to look androgenic. You want to be dry. You want to be hard. You want to be full. You know, you want to look like if a penis could be a human body, well, a penis is the man's primary sex organ. So we're going to use some primary attributes like androgenic. Next up is Proviron. Proviron is a buddy drug. It helps free up more free testosterone in the body. It has synergistic effects with other drugs. Helps increase spermogenesis. So it negates HTPA. So, I'm sorry, is it HTPA? No, SHBG. So like when you have high test present, your body's gonna release sex hormone binding globule. Sex hormone binding globule is going to be released in the body when your body detects an elevated level of a natural hormone. So when you have high test, your body's going to release a lot of this sex hormone binding globule, and it's going to be trying to bind to that testosterone and to remove it to put your body back in balance because it realizes something's off. So with this Proviron in place, We're gonna negate that from happening. We're gonna allow that test to roam free. We've got enough androgens in play to offset that ratio of the high test. So we're not needing to eliminate the estrogen. The estrogen can work. Everything can work in unison. We've got masteron in to bind to actual receptor sites that are sensitive to estrogen, such as in the head of the penis, behind the nipples, prevents the gyno and all that. So all of these things are working together in synergy. Yeah, we got all that. It's a lot of drugs, guys. It is what it is. Gotta be honest with you, not gonna hide anything. I'm not a fucking natural athlete. I'm doing whatever it takes, whatever I feel needs to be done within reason. Trust me, I've talked to other people. My prep coach was around some of the best bodybuilders in the 2000s. Watched these guys get ready backstage, coached these guys. Him and his uncle were coaching these dudes, names like High Green. The things I'm doing are a drop in the bucket.
It's so mild.
Compared to other shit that's done out there. What's mild?
Everything you're doing compared to what other people do.
Oh, well.
Well, there's people who just do a ton with not even prepping.
Oh, yeah, taking, 3 to 5.
So considering you're in prep.
3 to 5 grams of gear. Well, I mean, I just laid out probably 3 grams of gear. It is what it is, but this is for 4 weeks.
For a reason.
Yeah, it's for 4 weeks and it's for a contest. And I am behind. I'm rushing to the finish line. So this is a hard push. It is what it is. I had very, very, very limited drug exposure for almost a year. So there's that, I haven't been beating my body down with drugs and taking a few weeks off. No, I had like 8 months off, just running a very low dose of testosterone, a very low dose of primobolan, no growth hormone, anything like that, no extra orals. So now's the time. Now's the time to utilize the stuff. There's a time and season for everything under the sun. And it's kind of like I want to be embarrassed telling you guys about all the shit that I'm taking, but this is part of it. You want to know what's going on? Yeah, it's a lot of food. It's proper training. It's at my level, it's drugs too. Nobody looks like I do naturally. Fucking nobody. 5'6", open heavyweight bodybuilder. It is what it is, and I'm not a super genetically gifted guy. Yeah, I've got gifts, yeah, I look good. I have good proportions, good insertions and all that stuff, but I'm not the elite. There's guys who with 2 years of training and some drugs could be way better than me. You know what I mean? And these guys are fucking 23 and 22 years old. It is what it is. Again, you compete on a level playing field. You use the tools that are available to you. This sport is not for everybody. It is what it is. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. I think the drugs are pretty much going to stay at these doses until the end of the show. I think some things are going to probably get dropped down and removed. Probably the primobolan and the testosterone are probably going to come down, make room for a little bit more mast, have less estrogen conversion toward the end. So I don't, because I'm going to be dropping water. We'll get to all that shit later. I kind of spurred on long enough telling you about everything that I'm doing. Wow, look at those leg veins. Oh yeah, cool. That's neat. All right, so I just aired out all my fucking dirty laundry.
Oh no, you're a bodybuilder.
Oh no, I'm a bodybuilder. I use steroids and all kinds of different ones for different reasons in unison.
You can totally be a heavyweight and you're all natural.
Yeah, consider most natural competitors at my height are like 145 pounds. That's 60 plus pounds of muscle that separates us. Don't you think for a fucking second that there wasn't, things in place to produce super physiological results. It is what it is. I am Primarch Billy. We are out.